Let's try this again. Hey everybody, real quick, as fast as I can get this video done, I want to kind of hurry through it here. This is going to be Sadie and I's 2-week update. I'm sorry, this is probably going to be a little bit disorganized and it's probably a lot of information to be smushed into one video, but here we are 2 weeks out and I still haven't filmed an update and I need to get this done. So I've been taking notes as usual. So I will start off with Sadie and her health and overall and how she's doing. She was born perfectly healthy and no complications from birth. She was 7 pounds 3 ounces at birth. 2 days postpartum, when she was 2 days old, she was 6 pounds 12 ounces. So she lost a little bit of birth weight. She pooped the very first evening, so she's basically been pooping since she came out. I don't think I've changed more than maybe 5 diapers this whole 2 weeks that weren't poopy. So there's that. And then by day 5, she was past her birth weight already. She was at 7 pounds 4 ounces, which is really great. Usually they think that by 2 weeks, baby should be back up to her birth weight, and she already did that by day 5. So that was great. She did have her 2-week checkup today. My midwife came today. And I'm already getting like all sentimental about not seeing her as often because we don't see her for another month. But anyway, her weight is now 8 pounds 7 ounces. Oh my god, I'm so not okay with this. I mean, I know it's a really good thing that she's putting on weight. She's a great eater and a great nurser and all that, but man, I'm not ready for my baby, my tiny little newborn, to chunk up. I've been through this once already with Jack, and he got fat really, really fast. He was like 23 pounds by like 9 months, and I don't know, I just want to savor this stage a little bit longer, but I am really happy that she's growing well and putting on weight, and she does look really cute with these little hints of fat rolls that she's starting to form. We have been cloth diapering since she was born. Our favorite diaper by far are the little Joeys. I change her pretty often just because she does poop so much, and I don't really like her to sit in that, but yeah, so I haven't really had any leak issues with any of the diapers. We did have one day where I went out and bought disposable Pampers because I got so behind on laundry. And we have a good amount of diapers too. It's just with the amount of pooping she does, it's really easy to get behind. But ever since then, I really haven't needed to reach for those. And we have cloth diapered outside of the house too, just with the wet bag and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and use up the Pampers that I bought because she's not going to fit in the newborn size very much longer. So I am using those overnight. What else? So breastfeeding, let's go ahead and get into that. She came out starving. If you watched my birth video, you saw how she was like crying and sucking on her arm and looking for the breast like as soon as she came out. And so that's the first thing we did when we went and laid down in the other room on that bed, is just had her nurse right away. She latched right on, and she was basically latched on that whole night too. Didn't have any real complications the first couple days with nursing. My milk did come in on day, day 3 in the morning. My milk was in, and I was super engorged on both sides, like ridiculously engorged. And yeah, then that's when latching kind of became difficult because it was hard for her to get her little mouth around such a hard, like round surface. So especially on my left side, I have the nipple on that side is not as like protruding, so it's just there's less for her to grab onto. And Jack had only been nursing on the right side the whole pregnancy, so that nipple never really like went back to pre-nursing stage anyway. So yeah, we had to work at it. It was pretty painful to kind of break that nipple in again. I feel like the first 30 seconds of her being latched on, I kind of had to like go cross-eyed and just like white knuckle through it because it was really painful. And I say that as somebody who has nursed for going on almost 4 years now straight. Yeah, breastfeeding is hard. It is hard, and it doesn't matter if you've done it before. I think when you have a newborn, it is hard in the beginning, and there's always that kind of rough stage to get through. But this time, at least, I knew kind of what I was in for. I did go out and get a nipple shield. I didn't waste time trying to be a hero this time, be like, oh, I'm just going to tough it out. No, I went and got the nipple shield. I used it on my left side for about 2 or 3 days just so that I could get, you know, like, because it was bleeding when I would have her latch on, and I just needed that to heal up a little bit. I also used my Lancino Latch Assist, which is like this little, it's like a little, almost looks like a little turkey baster, but it goes around your nipple, and it just kind of helps draw that out for a second, and then you can offer the nipple to the baby, so it's easier for them to grab onto. So I was doing that for a couple days. I got my lanolin, my soothies, everything that I used last time I used this time too. And yeah, I started to get them healed up, but I noticed that by like 3 days of doing that, my right side, where I was using nothing at all, was producing significantly more. And so at the beginning of last week I had overproduction, like to the point where I had to pump, because after her morning feed, I was still not anywhere near empty on my right side. So I would pump on my right side, and my left just felt really empty all of a sudden. Like, it went from being overfilled to just like, just almost deflated kind of thing. And so I started to get a little bit worried that my left side was trying to dry up. So I ditched the nipple shield, and I changed the hold, the way that I held her when we nursed, to cradle hold instead of football. You guys can probably see, but the football holds where you kind of like hold them like this, and those are my nursing bras in the background. I don't even care about starting this video over at this point, so there they are. Hi. And then cradle holds just like where they're like this. But anyway, that seemed to kind of help stimulate production on this side. And also I offer my left side to her first now, even though I think it's probably a little bit more frustrating for her because of the latch, and you know, she has to work at it a little bit more and there's less milk. I think in the long run, it's going to be better to just keep stimulating the left side. I have been getting at least 5 ounces extra pumped every day that I've started a freezer stash. I've got like 40 ounces or so frozen, and so that's great. Let's see what else. So that's basically how breastfeeding is going. Now at nighttime, she is a great sleeper. However, and I'll get more into that in a second, however, her days and nights are definitely mixed up, and it's been like that ever since she was born, which shouldn't be a surprise to me because that's kind of how it was in the womb. She's had a couple nights where we go lay down for the night around midnight. Sometimes it's been as late as 4. It's just been back and forth a little bit, but it's, and then we had the time change last week, which didn't help. I'm like, oh great, well I already have a newborn, so what's the point of even caring about the time change right now? Oh yeah, so when she goes to sleep, she does have very good long stretches, and a couple times where I've had to wake her up and like nurse her because I'm starting to feel too full, or I'm worried about her being in her diaper too long. But she's gone, I think, 5 or 6 hours stretches at times. Co-sleeping's going great. I think she sleeps obviously best when she's close to me and she can smell me and feel the warmth. Like, I can definitely tell, like, that's how she prefers to sleep, and that's how I prefer to sleep too. It's just easier. However, side lying, as far as like laying down and nursing her, hasn't been really easy. We're still trying to get the hang of it. It's just been difficult with the engorgement because that kind of requires the way your breast lays flat to, you know, the nipple has to line up with her mouth, and with how engorged I was, that just wasn't happening the first week. But we've been able to do it where I've been able to like prop myself up like this at least, so I don't have to get both of us completely sat up and get the boppy out and all that. As far as I'm doing, I had like a very minor tear after my delivery. It wasn't anything like with Jack. I had a 2nd degree tear with Jack. I think it was only a 1st degree this time. And it was the same place. It was my scar tissue basically that tore. And not surprised at all because of how fast her head came out. I wasn't able to do like soft gentle pushes. It was like my body was pushing with all of its might and I couldn't do anything about it, and that's just how it was. So she stitched me up immediately. She numbed me first. It was really no big deal. And I haven't had any of the like road rash is what they called it last time, where it's like the tissue didn't quite tear, but it almost tore. And so it was kind of, yeah, I was needing those ice pack pads last time so bad, but this time I've really felt pretty normal. The afterbirth cramps, I don't know if I have anything really to compare it to, because I was on, like, they gave me Percocet and something else. Maybe it was like hydrocodone. I don't know. They gave me pain meds at the hospital with Jack, and so I don't really remember what it was like, because I just took those and it was no big deal, but they definitely were stronger this time. I did take this tincture called After Ease, and I did take a Tylenol a couple times. I think she's coming down to nurse. But, yeah, baby. Hold on a second. Hey. Okay. We're gonna eat, aren't we? Hey, pretty girl. She's so pretty. A so pretty girl. Okay. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, so I took the After Ease tincture for like the first 2 or 3 days, and then after that, haven't really had any. You don't have to yell at your food. It's right here. She growls at she growls at the breast. It's really funny. Yeah. Yeah, so first 2 to 3 days, and then it was really manageable after that. And then I haven't really taken anything since then for it. I still am bleeding 2 weeks postpartum. I think that I bled for like 2 or 3 weeks with Jack too. Yeah, and I'm kind of over it, to be honest, because wearing pads all the time is just getting really obnoxious, and yeah, I'm just ready for that to be done. My uterus was really low, pretty much low and firm, like right away, and it's like really low. It's just perfect. It's where it needs to be. It's shrinking back down. I've been wearing my belly bandit to help bind my tummy. What else was I gonna say about that? I don't remember. I had something else to say, but I forgot. Other than just being really emotional and tired and just kind of like helping Jack adjust to being a big brother, like it's been pretty, like life has been pretty much normal. I did start taking my placenta pills on day 2. I got my placenta back on day 2, and I felt like that helped a lot, kind of even out my hormones. And all right. Try this again. Okay, so I just took the belly bandit off. Here's the belly at 2 weeks postpartum. I have about 20 pounds to go before I'm at my pre-pregnancy weight, and I've already lost like 13 because I gained, I think it was like 33 total. But yeah, I did have a little bit of muscle separation. It wasn't bad at all. And my midwife says it'll go back like it did last time, but I've still got my little line, and this is just kind of a weird mushy texture. Belly button's going back in, so I've just got to tone up a little bit. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with, you know, only looking mildly pregnant. Yeah, so all right, Sadie and I will see you next time. Say bye.